Hey, hi. Okay. So today I'm starting out by prepping some print files, and from there I'm going to print them and then polish them and then cast them. I'm going to be printing in castable wax, which is like a green wax. It's a weird ass material. It's very rubbery. It's covered in dog hair because it's sticky, because of course it is. This is what this looks like. It's called opaque. It's pretty good stuff. If it wasn't covered in dog hair, it'd look a bit more professional, but it's actually really good wax. My God, it is absolutely plastered. Um, and to do that, oh, sorry, I'm having a brain fart. To do that, I need to support the file, change the bed into this type of wax, and then go from there. And that's what I'm gonna do. Oh God, that's sticky. I should probably wash my hands. And yeah, that's the idea. One sec. I'm just trying to see if I can change some stuff here. I don't actually know. Oh, that's hiding chat. It's my first time using Streamlabs, so I'm still getting used to the overlay. I don't know if I need to. I should probably monitor this briefly and just see what's going on. Oh, that's a bummer. Is it one word? It's one word. Briefly and just see what's going on. Okay, seems to be working. Oh, that's a bummer. One subscriber? Is that me? It's one word. Briefly and just see what's going on. Alright, before that starts looping. So yeah, so supporting on prints. In this case, I'm actually going to use Blender to add a custom built raft for this piece that I can just sand down later. So I'll just like sand the raft to nothing, and it's just so I can get it right to that flush point without any over lip or anything. So I'm going to open up Blender. I have a scene for this already with a raft built already because we've been printing variation to this. So let's open this up. So you can see I've been doing different variations of different custom rafts. This is for the lady, but I think I'm going to change that one. It didn't work very well, so I'm not going to use this. These ones worked very well. These are very good. And then we got to import our files. Where did I put these? Print files. I think I put them in day 18 or 19. Oh man, this is... I don't know which ones I'm printing. There's so many. Fuck. This project is kind of spiraled. One second. I gotta find the correct Cheetahbox file, and that'll at least give me the file names that I'm working with. '21. Figure, different hook. That sounds like the right one. No, this was the test. This is the first one. Boma! Oh man. Okay, We'll see if this is the right one. In the interim, I'm going to put some music on. Music. And by music, I mean this podcast.
Fights against cigarette companies. It doesn't make any sense, right? Obviously, we should regulate them.
If you're in your shoes thinking ESG is a distraction and kind of a harmful one, what do you want to see happen now?
I think where it needs to go
Here we are.
would be an ESG 2.0, which separates two categories of things. On the first hand, you have tools, data, standards, and I'd say most of all, growing army of largely young.
Be right back. Okay, that was a stressful phone call. Back to it. Just trying to print things. Everything is fine. I believe it's these two are the ones that I want. Oh. Okay. Hook angle samples. Hook angle samples. Let's open a fresh Cheetahbox file. Hook angle samples. Isn't that what I just opened? I saved it badly. That was my fault. I saved the wrong part of the file. Fuck. Man, that's frustrating. Okay, 1 second. I saved the wrong. I didn't hit back before I saved, so it saved the sliced version of the file as opposed to the actual version of the file. Good to know.
People who care about sustainability, really the human capital entering the industry. Those are all great things, but they need to be combined effectively.
Let's put on some music. Killed me, man. Okay, here we go. G, Y, X, zoop. Rotate, nope. Control Z. Origin, to geometry. And that moves the origin so I can rotate on this point. Rotate. Y. 180. G, Z. Moving it up on the Z-axis. I'm going to align to my X-axis here. Make sure it's lined up with everything else. G, X, Y. Not sure what's going on there. Those are not consistent, so that's a little frustrating. Control C, Control V, G, X. So I can actually see the detail. So it looks as though it just fits. But I'm going to scale it a little bit, just make sure it's a little bit smaller. Scale X just a touch. Just make sure just a touch. Maybe a little more on Y, scale Y, just tickly. I just need to be able to indicate when I'm sanding, where I'm actually sanding to. That should print fine, that overlap is not that serious. Alright, these ones are super easy to support. And then file, export STL. It's a print file. Selection only, so it's only doing the ones that I just want. 0722 square with raft. Okay. S and close. And then we come here. We delete this. And we import. 0722 square pendant with raft, like that, and then boom, that one is ready to go. See how that's printing directly off the bed? And so then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take flat sandpaper and just sand all that down right up to there, and it'll look really good. And that's the best way to do that. I've tried it a bunch of times. It's been working very well. To be fair, I'm going to try it with different print resin this time, so we'll see if that changes things. Rotate it 90 degrees so it fits nicely. Alright, these ones are a little trickier to support, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy them and do several variations. Hopefully one of them is good. When supporting things for 3D models and what have you, sorry, I had to check viewers. I'm just going to turn this down a little bit. It's good to angle them slightly so these flat surfaces don't exist, because it's hard for it to print the flat out of nothing. And also because of the nature of this process, I actually need to mirror X, mirror Y. I think that's the right process. Mirror X, mirror Y. The same as rotating 180. I didn't do these yet. Okay, so that worked. Okay, so it's XY. Sorry, this is a quirk with this printer where I have to mirror things on the non-Z axis, otherwise they print reflected. It's really weird. It's something to do with Cheetahbox. I don't know. I'm not a fan. Oh shit! I have to go 105%. Okay. 106, and that's lock ratio. Boom. 106. So this accounts for. Ooh, that looks really big. Is that 106%? Lock ratio 106. This accounts for sanding and shrinkage theoretically. I'm gonna do these ones 105. 106 is excessive. It's like 2% shrinkage, I think, when the metal is shrinking, or 1% when the metal is shrinking. And 5% when you're doing it into the latex mold, something like that. And then the print itself is usually about a percentage smaller, and then when you're sanding it down, you're probably going to end up sanding off an amount. I'm not sure how much, but an amount. Depends on the piece. Like this one, we want to sand it so it's relatively flat to get rid of the layer lines, so that's going to be sanded quite a bit. That's why this one was 106 instead of 105.
Well, here we are back at
Alright, back to supporting. So when you're supporting something, you want there to be a direct connection with no 45-degree angle overlay that's not interacting with the build plate. So if this plane is the build plate, you want all overhangs to be interacting with the build plate with support material. So anything that's overhanging needs support material. So right now there's like a couple of obvious points that would need support material. If I were to show you this file, for it to be able to print at all, this head would need support material because it's a direct overhang, right? This shoulder would need support material so that it has something to print off of when it's doing that layer. It's not just printing in the air. This hip would need support material, and then these overhangs here on the hook would need support material. What I'm going to do is I'm going to rotate it a little bit this way. No, a little bit the other way, sorry. A little bit this way. And then I'm going to rotate it a little bit like that, I think. I don't know, this is all pretty, that's why I have multiples, because I don't know what's going to work well. And the issue with the wax is it's a little bit less strong. So you need to support things a little bit heavier. So this needs to be raised to 3. And that lets me use heavy support, which I can do for the base here. Do a nice big trifecta there. Scroll out and look at this again. Okay, so theoretically if I put one here, this should be fine. But that straight edge is probably going to be warped. So the trick is getting it to be strong enough without warping it around the support material. Some medium on the hip there. Do a medium one as a follow-up here. Okay, that's like holding it onto the build plate, right? Those are the big ones, and this is where it's printing off of. It's like what would be called the raft. So I'm gonna do a couple more just so it has like some more stability in places where I think it might have some warping going on. And I might even go as far as to do one on the arm. Do I need to do one on the arm? No, I think that'll be okay. I'll switch to light support so I can get into the little areas. Light support can be very useful, but sometimes it's kind of annoying. But it just lets you add in a couple more. They're easy to sand off, or you can just cut them with a knife usually. And they just don't have the same kind of negative impact as the big ones do, leaving big marks and warping shit. And you can just fill in these like kind of gaps. Where it's highlighted red, that's showing you the overhang that I was talking about. So that's requires support to print. The other stuff doesn't technically require support, but realistically it will have problems if it's non-supported. Usually. I'm gonna put some here just to attach everything together. The wax doesn't like the light support. In my experience, it doesn't print the same. Okay, that's very heavily supported for a final piece. It's gonna take some serious sanding. Okay, moving into this one. As again, it's the same thing, so we want to take it, rock it back a little bit. Rock it back a little bit, twist it a bit, rock it back a little bit more, and then try and find a nice angle to print from. So this one I did like this. I'm gonna do this one differently. I'm gonna try and get it as low to the bed as possible, and then I can do like maximum support. This is not how I would usually go about doing this kind of print, because now you see this requires buttloads of support. This seems like a bad idea. I don't know. You win some, you lose some. We'll give it a try, see what happens. That's why I have 2 of them. Again, with the wax, I haven't printed with the wax in a while, and I just don't know. Sometimes it's like kind of finicky, and it just likes weird setups. And so I'm just gonna try this because you never know. Sometimes this stuff prints better than you'd expect. And the wax itself is a little bit pricey, but it's not a significant amount of material to make a tiny little pendant. I'm gonna delete that one. Select delete. Delete it. Now go back to add. Man, this is a terrible setup. I don't know. This is not gonna print well. I'm not gonna try this one on the other guy, other lady. All right, that's 2 done. I know I'm being a little haphazard about this, but it's because I haven't printed with the wax in so fucking long. I just don't know what the correct way to do this is, which is not good. I'm being totally honest. It's not a good reasoning. Let's cant this a little bit, wait. Let's cant this a little bit that way, right? Is it raining? Oh yeah, it's raining. Okay, let's do some heavy. Main overhangs are in the same couple of places again, so hit those 90-degree overhangs with heavy support. So they have something strong to print off of. And then we switch down to medium, and we get the follow-up on those same pieces. Make sure it doesn't warp by having enough, it has something to print off of. Again, this is really just about giving it something to print off of. Boom. And then now we're looking for where else this might need support, but for warping and stuff like that. So I'm going to do some in the armpit. Following up, and then one on the arm here, one on the ring here, because you never know what these kind of ring shapes. Tauruses. Okie dokie. Same deal, a little bit of a cant. Twist, just no flat surface, directly 90 degree to the print bed. That's the idea. Just means that when things print, they always have something else to interact with. Okay, this one's going to be pretty similar to the other one, but just like a slightly different arrangement. Follow up on the leg. Same shit with the armpit just to prevent warping. And you see how where the support is going, it's showing me what layer it's interacting with? That's because it's telling me where, that's the important information, right? What layer is getting supported here. Because this, putting this dot here doesn't affect anything down here. It only affects stuff from this layer up. So it's a nice piece of information to have. I know I'm being excessive. It's not even just better safe than sorry, it's because the wax is so soft. If you're not excessive, it just doesn't print right. I'm gonna arrange these around B. Spread them out a little bit. So they all have their own bit of FEP film, that's the plastic, to warp. So not directly pulling on each other, which does mean there's a higher risk for individuals to fail, but That's okay. Sort of. It's sort of okay. Okay, wax print. All right, that is going. 0 viewers. Oh, how personally I'm taking that. No, I'm not surprised. All right, so you see how it's on the aqua gray? We want to switch from the aqua gray to my wax profile that I added in here. Power resins opaque wax. That's the one. And you can see this is my printer. This is the machine settings. This is all normal, but the print settings are the important part. 0.5 millimeter, 0.05 millimeter. This is all good. Linear transition is fine. 4-second exposure time. See, I haven't done this in a long time. That's insanely long. 50-second exposure time. That's insanely long. Usually this is in the like maximum of 2 seconds. What's this do? Some of these settings I'm not that familiar with. Give me information. It doesn't seem to want to give me information, so we'll just go with these settings because I've used them in the past and they've worked. Alright, gotta grab my USB drive. So I'm plugging my USB drive into my computer. It's named PrintStick because that's what it is. And I'm gonna grab this and I'm gonna go kill a mosquito and I'll be right back. One less mosquito in the world. Slice. It's got the settings changed, so it'll slice, and you can see it's got the long exposure times and the weird lift distance. That insane bottom exposure time, so it sticks to the print bed. I don't know why this file is like rotated weird. I don't even know how to. I don't know. Okay. I don't know what the fuck happened there. That was weird. Anyways, you can then review over here. So that's each layer being printed one at a time. See how solid and nice looking the square ones are. Just a straight. 593 layers, 3 hours and 2 minutes. That's usually a pretty accurate time. Some printers it's super inaccurate. This one has been pretty consistent, if not spot on. Small drive F, is that? Why is my print stick not showing up? Oh my god, okay. What the fuck? Okay, my USB is dying. Maybe it's because I have too many fucking ports plugged in right now. I don't know. Oh, that worked. Okay. It only interacts with certain USB holes. Who fucking knows? PrintStick G. Alright, here we go. Can't fucking spell, okay? It's absolutely terrible spelling. Alright, and now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go here, and we're just gonna go straight to camera mode, and we're gonna do that just for the fuck of it. I'm gonna grab you all. We're gonna take some shaky cam action here, and it's gonna get only worse. So just bear with. Alright, so. This USB is going to go on that printer, but I need to clean that printer and change it from the gray resin that's currently loaded in, which is this gray resin, into this opaque wax resin. This hasn't been used in a while, and I need to take the resin out of this vat, put it in there, clean the vat, put this resin in. Anyways, it's going to be a lot of cleaning. So I'll be right back. I'm going to set this up, and then, yeah. Go gather cleaning supplies. This is what we're going to be working with. Alright, it's raining super fucking hard. It's like properly fucking storming out. Let's take a look at the insane amounts of rain that's happening right now. It's a little hard to see with the thing in the way, but it's like a goddamn storm. pretty nice vibes. The music and whatnot. Pretty chill stream camera. Road is soaked. Right, anyways, enough of that. Let's get down to it. I've got a little rolly seat here, so I can roll around, and squat, and then this pulls out, so it's easier to access, which makes this all a little bit easier to work with, because otherwise it's sort of like really stuck in the corner. Got my spray alcohol bottle. Angle this up a little, just so I can maybe get in the shot sometimes. Maybe I'll go a little bit more. Oh my god, there's so much shit in the way. Okay, like that. Go a little bit more like that. Pull this forward a bit. How's that? I can move the camera in a bit, but this will be a nice starting shot. I don't know which side is out on these gloves, so I'm gonna get some new gloves. Got my little trash bin here. Needs to be cleared out. Always wear gloves when you're working with resin. Always wear gloves. Nitrile gloves, ideally. These ones suck. They're super cheap, but they still do the trick. They help you not get cancer, basically. And then wash your hands with a lot of soap, dish soap, when you're done. It's gonna dry out your hands a little bit, but it's worth it to not get fucking weird ass acrylic resin ass shit in your blood. Okay, first things first. You can see there's a couple of things I need to deal with. I don't want dog hair in the printer. I'm gonna be taking apart the whole printer. Getting rained on. I don't want dog hair in the printer, so I need to wipe all this shit down. First thing to do is to get rid of these failed prints. Find a rag I like, not this one, but this one will do for the rough stuff. And then get wiping. It's just exactly what it sounds like. This is really just cleaning. A lot of working with resin is just cleaning. And just maintaining a clean workspace and then supporting things properly and just taking the time to clean things up, sand them down properly. It's nice to work with glass because you can clean glass really easily. You can scrub it and you can use like alcohol and acids to clean it. It's all good. So glass work plate. That's why this is a glass work plate here. Something fancy. It's just like an old tabletop that someone tried to throw out and I nabbed it. Alright, a little bit less of that. Okay, follow up here, just get the dog hair off. So, the issue I'm having now that I'm not really sure how to deal with is that vat is full of gray resin and I need to transfer out the gray and put in this wax, right? But I don't want to put that resin back in here because it's already been used and it's got some dog hair in it and shit, and I don't want to like pollute the fresh resin in the bottle. Because we print small stuff and the resin lasts a long time, so I don't want our source to be contaminated. Same reason I'm wiping off this dog hair is I don't want it to get anywhere I don't want it. Ugh, a little bit physical. Gross. Gross. Baby wipes, alcohol. It's nothing crazy. It's nothing unusual. This stuff is so gross. The wax power resin's wet resin is real nasty. I'm not actually sure why we're not making a mold out of it. Usually we just print in gray and then make a mold out of that. I think because we're using jump rings this time, we're casting in wax and then making the mold out of that because the metal is obviously stronger than the resin. And that way when the pressure from the mold compresses the thin jump ring, it won't snap. Instead it'll like actually make a mold out of it. That's probably an acceptable level of dog hair. There's never going to be no dog hair until we get rid of the dog, which is not going to happen because he's cute as fuck. He's my dog, and I like him. Corner is full of shit. There's my webcam box. Okay. Get it? I think I got it. Same thing with all this other stuff is I like to just make sure that the area is a little bit clean before I start. So this Marmite jar with my name on it is what I'm checking for. I'm gonna use this as a resin container because it's got the UV protected glass, so it makes a good container. It doesn't cure when it's in there because again it's UV protected glass. But I'm not sure when the last time I used this was, and it might still have old ass resin in it. I'm not really sure. So anyways, that's what I need to check. But it's pretty cool to have a custom Marmite jar. I don't even really like Marmite. I like cooking with Marmite. It's really good in soups. It's a very good soup stock, umami soup stock enhancer. Especially if you're making like a vegetarian soup. And you don't have like meat broth and you want to like thicken up your soup and make it really tasty and like rich, using some Marmite goes a long way. Alright, how's this going? Oh, making progress here. So much dog hair, holy crap. Okay, moment of truth. There's some old ass resin oil in there. But it's still good, so it looks fine. Alright, I'll use this, that's fine. That's what it's here for. Oh, it still smells like Marmite. It's a little concerning. Marmite flavored resin. Probably not safe for human consumption. Okay. It's very humid. Usually I like rainy days like this. But that's when I'm not like extremely busy and having the like pressure on my head doesn't matter. I can just relax. Like when it gets really like rainy like this, I get like a pressure in my head. And if you're having a chill day, it's kind of nice. You have like a nice lazy day. But I have so much shit to do. You'll see when I'm done with this. There's like a whole other pile of shit to do. Which is fine. Okay. Things are looking cleaner. Again, just being clean is just so the resin doesn't get full of dog hair because there's going to be final prints and I just need to be a little careful. when I'm doing like rough prints, I don't really give a shit, but just making sure that things are printing properly. It's just down to like keeping things clean, keeping things organized, and the machine does the rest. And it's brilliant, and it's very good that it does it that way. But there's some level of me just needing to like be a little organized. First thing first, build plate covered in resin goes on the glass. Open up the Marmite jar, goes on the glass. I'll do a little close-up for this one. Get in here. It's just not behaving. Alright, here we are. So these thumb screws are what hold the build plate down, or the build vat down, sorry. And you just unscrew them like that. It's not super complicated. And yeah, that's it. And then this just pops up like that. And then I just need to get this nasty ass resin into here. And I have tried filtering this before, but the reality is the filtering process takes the oil out of the resin. Oh, sorry, I'm doing that the wrong way. Takes the oil out of the resin, and then it doesn't work anymore. It prints weird after that. Oh, that dog hair needs to get the fuck out of here. And then I've got my handy dandy little rubber spatula here, which is covered in dog hair, and I'm tripping because I'm not looking at what I'm doing. Take that out, and then I just scrape everything in. This is kind of hard to do while sort of catering to the camera here, but that's okay. Like that. 1, 2, 3. Boom. You know, just normal shit. Cleaning. It's just cleaning. It's transferring shit. Okay. And that's the general gist of all resin printing, is like, how do you take the grossest fluid possible and move it around? Ah! Okay, that was fine. I caught it. Everything's fine. Nothing happened. Set that down. Set that down. Wipe this off. That's fine. Nothing happened. Everything's fine. Wipe this off. Oh yeah, baby. Ugh, it's so gross. This shit is so gross. I believe the health and safety standards on the acrylic resin is like something along the lines of nobody really knows what this does long term, so don't drink it. But whatever it is, the chemicals in there are definitely not good for human health. They like for sure carcinogenic. Okay, this is the build plate. Needs to be clean. So I'm gonna wipe this down just roughly, just for now, just to get it so it's not dripping everywhere anymore. And I'll spray this with alcohol once I get the FEP film out of the way. But just so it doesn't make a mess and drip everywhere. Get all the wet stuff off, clean the glass, throw this out, put this back down. So this is the one I'm not sure about. Is I need to clean the FEP film. But there's a setting for it. And I don't know if I should use the setting or just do it manually. In the past, I've just not really cleaned it and just mixed the resins together, and it's been okay. But I don't want to do that. Dog hair. Either way, I need to clean the vat, so I need to be careful. The issue is you can't get the alcohol in the vat itself, because the alcohol will fuck with the FEP film. So I just need to use a rough paper towel here and just clean this metal. I accidentally exposed this to the sun with resin in it yesterday for like like a second. I mean, it was not a second. It was like probably like 30 seconds. Not a significant amount of time. It formed like a tofu skin layer on the top. That's what happened here. So this is just old exposed resin. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention to where my camera was pointing. So yeah, this weird ass tofu skin bottle is just old alcohol and resin mixed together, and that's like the alcohol that's left. And it turned into some weird fucking monstrosity that I'm gonna use for reference material in the future. It's absolutely horrifying. I love it. Literally cleaning, right? Just physically scrubbing, using some elbow grease, get the old resin out. Trying to leave the plastic alone if I can. At some point I'm going to need to replace the plastic, the FEP film. But so far it's been functional. I had a couple of mistakes early on that scratched the FEP film and leads to lower print quality in those areas, which is because I didn't know what I was doing with this. I hadn't used this type of printer before, and I was like learning. Yeah, so at some point I want to replace it with a fresh FEP film, but it's like kind of a decent amount of work, and I have to order the right type of plastic and all that, and I just don't want to fuck it up more than I have to, so I'm just trying to get the most use out of this as I can. You never know, I might make things worse, right? But theoretically all you have to do is just release all those Allen screws here, and then you pop out the plastic. This bar here is holding it in, so you pop out each of these screws, and then you put in a fresh piece of plastic. You tighten it all down, you poke holes in the plastic, you tighten it all down, and then you trim off the excess on the edges, and that's how you replace it. It's like theoretically pretty easy. Like everything with this printer is very straightforward. Theoretically, but then the actual execution is sometimes kind of finicky. So get my knee out of the way. Scrubbing. This is a COVID relief spray bottle that we got for being quarantined, and I have since repurposed it into my alcohol spraying bottle. It's pretty useful to have around the house, to be honest. Dog hairs making me crazy. Okay, so the way I've been dealing with the dog hair on the FEP film itself is with a microfiber cloth. But I can only do that on one side because the other side obviously has resin, so I can't fucking microfiber resin. And then my understanding is what you do to clean it with the clean setting is you set it on here. I'm just going to do it, but you set it on here, and then you go to tools and vat cleaning, and then it just goes. And you should be able to see it just exposing for 30 seconds. I'm not sure if it's gonna actually help particularly much, but I could also just hold it up to the sun as far as I'm concerned. Like, I don't need to use this shit. But it makes a nice purple light. I just probably have the goddamn cover on so I'm not blinding myself. Let's do this. Anyways, that's theoretically how that works. I guess it would disinfect it too, in case there's any lingering bacteria or something. It just got UV blasted. I don't think I'm going to use that tool too much, because it just seems like a good way to burn out the LCD. Just long extended periods of full on. And then just, yeah, I'm just going to wipe it down. Oh my god, this fucking dog hair is killing me, man. Seriously, this dog hair is like some kind of fucking torture. Yeah, now all the little bits of resin are hard and stuck to the plastic. I don't know how that's helpful. Scratching the FEP film, which is the opposite of what I wanted. I don't know, man. I'm not sure I'm sold on that. Okay. Does that look clean? So much goddamn dog hair. Man, I don't know what to do about this shit. Now it's just like these little plastic beads stuck on the plastic that are scratching it when I try and wipe them off. It's not better than what it was before. It's a liquid, I can just wipe it up. Holy shit, I literally can't get it out of the corner. This is so much worse. So the reason the dog hair sticks to it is because it's got like a little bit of a static charge. It's a big flat piece of plastic. And the dog hair is just sucks right onto it. It really is a nightmare. Microfiber. Alright, I mean, far from perfect, but better than before. Dog hair is actually making me crazy. All this shit in one corner at least. These are washable paper towels, which they're weird. They're definitely not. This is like a disposable job. I need to be able to throw out whatever interacts with this, so I'm not gonna wash it and reuse it. But they're like a little bit thicker and stronger than other paper towels, which is kind of nice. They don't have little beads of paper and shit getting everywhere, which other look like if you use like toilet paper, it makes a mess. Alright, that'll be good enough for now. I gotta move on, so I gotta take this resin. Oh, wait. Let's go back. Thumb screws. Okay. Lid's going back on, just protect it. And I'm gonna clean this. Well, that got kind of everywhere. Wasn't my intention. I need to wipe that down. Fuck. I'm pretty sure this is a plastic. No. Back. Stop. This is gonna take a lot of alcohol just to make sure it's nice and clean. Biggest issue with the wax is that it doesn't want to stick to the build plate. So if your build plate's not leveled properly, or it has a little bit of grease on it or anything like that, then the wax just doesn't stick. That's why it's got that 50-second exposure time, which is annoying. There's actually a special primer that you can buy as well, which makes the build plate more sticky. And I have had mixed results with that stuff. I generally don't use it unless I super have to. But yeah, definitely mixed results would be how I would describe that. The longer exposure time for the bottom layer seems to do the trick. Looks better. Looks pretty fresh. Minus all the resin and the scratches. Just kidding, just the scratches. Okay. This just screws on here. It's got the one big screw on top, and then it has like guide rails so it goes into the right place. The next step is to mix this shit, which takes a while. This is particularly thick resin, so it takes a lot of smooshing around. Need to get this in here. There's a little USB stick hole on the back. Boom. And let's mix this. Got a lot of training on this specific motion. Say it's hard to do commentary on just shaking a fucking bottle. If I was a bartender, I'd be doing like I don't know. I'm not a bartender. It's just super important that this is well mixed. I haven't used it in a while, so it needs a lot of mixing. And yeah, it's just one of those things that sort of like sucks to do, but is very important. It's like one of the things that determines whether or not the wax resin is usable is how well mixed it is. And you know, I've never had issues with aeration. You'd think that like mixing bubbles into it would be bad. I've never had that as a problem because the way the print bed squishes everything down and then does the thinnest possible layer, I think due to like adhesion, there's no air in that because it's like just the stuff that's stuck between the FEP film and things. It like really like very small amount of space being filled, and that naturally gets filled up by the liquid. It's my guess. Don't fucking quote me on that, though, or anything. Okay. Is that 2 minutes? I don't know. I'll just do a little bit more. It's gotta be 2 minutes. Alright, lid off. Bottle open. Oh, I didn't know I'd actually ripped that open. Man, that doesn't look clean enough. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. I can't do it. I can't do it. Not with dog hair on FEP film like that. This kind of stuff makes me crazy. I've repeated this process, what, like 4 or 5 times now? And the dog hair just keeps appearing out of nowhere. That looks better. Okay. And then we take a little bit of a fresh paper towel. And do just like a quick once over here. It doesn't make sense to use a fucking microfiber on the bottom and then a rough ass paper towel on the top, but again, I gotta change this at some point anyways. No point in treating it like it's God's gift to the FEP films. I also have to like print at some point too, right? I can't be too careful. Okay, tighten that down. Open this up just a little bit. It really doesn't take that much. We're printing tiny things. Just a little bit of green. I think that should do it. Like that's dog hair out. It's gonna tilt back up like that, right? Smack, smack. Alright, that's the idea. That's how you set up a printer. And then you go 3D print, wax print pendants, and you hit go. And I hope to Christ that's enough resin. We're gonna watch that go down, because I'm not sure if that's enough resin. Hope to Christ? I don't fucking hope to Christ. I don't even know. I don't know why I say that. I guess I was kind of raised Christianish. I don't know. I'll stop saying that. Man, that is probably not enough resin. So the idea is once that squishes it, it'll like squish it down flat. And it won't matter that it's not filled all the way up, because it'll squish it to fill all the spots that it needs it. Come on, one more time down. Oh, I mean, it's definitely close. Well, it's going. All right. I mean, that's the process. That's the process. Do a little bit of cleanup here, and then we're good to go. The gray resin is a pain to clean, but the wax resin is way fucking worse. Something about it, it's just very unpleasant to interact with. It's like sticky and goopy and shit. I don't know, it's horrible. It's very, very unpleasant to interact with. So that's why I try to use as little as possible, because I don't want to have a bunch of extra in there that I have to deal with. It's so gross. It gets so gross. I mean, it works pretty well. But for making molds, it's definitely better to just print gray. 90% of the time, you're gonna have better results printing in gray and making a mold and then casting from that. I was gonna say I don't know what level of understanding my audience has, and then I remembered I don't have an audience. I'm talking to myself. Gotta make some good content to attract people. I don't know, I'm not sure what I'm gonna make. Process video explaining the whole process, start to finish. Wiping up a little bit of this nasty shit. Leave the area cleaner than when I started. Oh, here's the primer. This shit is weird as fuck. Not a fan, being totally honest, but I might have to use it for this print. It's like basically just straight curing shit, I think. It like just reacts very strongly to the UV. It makes it really hard to get the piece off the build plate. And then you end up having problems with that down the line. It like solves one issue and makes a bunch more. In my experience. Some hand sanitizer for my gloves. Just break down the resin. I'm just gonna throw these out, they feel gross. It's so sweaty. Alright, that's one thing done. I need to go check the other room, so I'm gonna put you guys on BRB. And you guys, I mean you people, I mean no one. I mean you ghosts. Here we go. Alright, so I'm switching over to doing some polishing. Just choking on some tea first. Fuck. Alright. Cool. So the thing is with polishing is it's messy as fuck. And it's loud. So I'm not going to be able to talk as much. So I've got my little mute button here. Stapled to my chest. Little snappy snaps. And I can mute myself when I need to. That's what I'm setting up now. Not that you can see because my camera is pointed where my hands will be and the action will be. I can really easy. But I'm not doing anything loud yet, so I don't need to be muted. I get to wear this really gross mask that I could probably switch for a clean one, but I don't really care. It's just polishing gunk. And then today we're going to be working on these pine needle pendants. And this is polishing powder, so I don't mind rubbing it on there. Got a buttload of them, and I've got some more here that I was working on last night, just to get a feel for what I need to do today. And it's just getting in these cracks, getting in the cracks, and making sure that they're nice and shiny. The camera's not auto-focusing on them, but anyways, that's the idea. And just making sure that they're nice and shiny. Easier said than done, as are most things. But yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Oh, look at that. She's awesome. She got me some thumb protectors because I have a tendency to sand right through my thumb protection and then sand it right through my thumb. So she got me some of these finger protectors. And what I've been doing is just rolling them right over my gloves, and then I have extra life on my gloves. Although I'm sure I'm just doing something wrong that I keep sanding through my gloves. Probably the realistic truth is I'm just bad at what I'm doing. Don't have enough practice. I think you're supposed to just wear these just like this, without the glove at all. But I'd be worried I'd burn myself interacting with things. Oh man, I'm very warm. Having this face mask on is a disaster. I think you're supposed to do it like this. And then you just have a nice little grippy action going on. And then you got this Dremel. This is the Dremel. It's got a foot pedal, so I can control it with my foot. And then I'm just, you know, just taking little shots of this high grit sandpaper. I'm just getting in the cracks there, getting in the hard to reach places, making sure it looks nice and polished. The polishing machine is fantastic, but it can only do so much. And I'm garbage at this, but I'm getting better. And this is just the first level of, this isn't even polished yet. This is just sanding still. This is just cleaning things up as far as I'm concerned. The polishing is when we get to the cloth, these like cloth things. This is polishing, and then you get it really shiny and it changes the color. So it'll go from this color to this kind of whiter color. A little hard to tell the difference. Probably on camera it doesn't work at all. Gotta put my glasses on. A little bit of eye pro goes a long way for not going blind. have a bunch of little metal shards in my eyes. This is going to be most of the stream. I mean, this is what I'm doing from now on, right? It's just, this is it, so it's not super exciting. So that's really the gist of one design, is you just got to get in all those cracks and make sure it's clean and it's visually relatively consistent before you polish it. So using the high grit and getting in there and getting all the little hard to reach spots is important. But man, is it tedious. And some of the designs we have are so fucked. When I say fucked, I mean fucking brilliant, fucking cool, that you can't even get into those hard to reach places. So I've been using the machine as much as possible to get those kind of ones sorted. I'll show that in another video. And the polishing machine is like mixed effectiveness. No, sometimes it works very well, sometimes it doesn't work very well. I'm literally melting. I'm so hot right now. I need to turn on some fan action, make the audio even more polluted. Sorry, but it's too damn hot. Oh my god, that feels amazing. Woo! Dog hair everywhere. I've already done these ones a little bit, so they're a little bit quicker than the other ones will be. Alright, I think that's going to be it for streaming for today. I might jump back on later, but as far as like testing my stream, I'd say that was pretty successful, except for the negative viewership, the lack of viewership. But, goodbye. What's this?